It's time for an all-new Blitz. I'm Brian Carter here at Habersham Central High School. Joining me now is Lindsay McCoy Drummond. Lindsay, thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate having you on Blitz.
Anytime.
It's been kind of a regular thing. I think this is probably fifth or sixth time I've had you on here, but really exciting volleyball season is finally 10 games in now. Hard to believe that. Last year had a great season, just one win shy of 30. You go 29-13. Almost made state playoffs as well. Talk about the expectations for the girls this year.
Yeah, last year was a little bit of a heartbreaker. We actually missed going to the state tournament by 4 points against Mill Creek, which great competition. So at least we ended on a note knowing we competed and gave it our all. This year, my expectations don't really change from year to year unless they go up. We have a young team, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but the talent is there. So they've set the goal to go to state, and they want to have a winning season again, and I don't expect anything less. Yeah,
and last year was the highest win total for the program since 2008, and if I get this right, I think you've gone from this program has gone from 14 wins to 17 to 23 to 29, so it's on the rise, like you said. How do you get the program to continue improving each year?
A lot of it has to do with what's going on at the middle school level, and also the rec department. And now that we've instated a team or teams that the rec department have that program, that helps get the interest going, which helps interest in summer workouts and summer camps, which then leads to girls coming out that have gained a little experience with volleyball, coming out of our middle school program, and Chrissy Keefe and Savannah Smith do a great job getting them ready to come up here for our JV team or potentially varsity, depending on their talent and skill level. But it definitely has a lot to do with what's going on outside of the high school, and we spend a lot of time on the summer working out, going to camps, 2-on-1 workouts even during the spring. It's pretty much become almost year-round.
Yeah, and now it was so brutal for Habersham to be in Region 6-6A, but again, volleyball team was one of those exceptions that you still were able to go out there and compete at such a high level. This year you get to step into the 7-6A. Talk about how you feel that that's kind of prepped this team for playing in another region.
Well, you know, like you said, we didn't necessarily see the setback from the region change. We actually we had more wins, and we competed well within that region our second year, especially being part of it and not being new to it anymore. But this new region is going to be extremely tough for us as a volleyball team and a program. Very competitive JV, extremely highly elite competition at the varsity level. This past season, 3 of the 4 final teams in the state tournament came out of this area, and 2 of them played each other for the Final Four. So we know we're up against some tough competition, and we just got to be able to do all the little things right.
Now, I don't know how regular of a thing this is, but I find it pretty cool that you have 3 6-footers on the team, and I'm going to try to say her name, Kira Shalikashvili.
Close.
Close.
You did good.
And obviously Lainey Gosnell, and then Abby Lovell. You got a lot of height there. Talk about the advantage.
And Allie Palm, too, another sophomore.
Oh, well, there you go. And talk about the advantage that gives the team on the court.
Well, it's definitely a huge advantage at the net as far as blocking is concerned. Even if we can't get a touch on the ball off of block, their presence makes a huge difference. But on the same token, in this new region, that's going to be the common thing for every team that's in this area. So we won't be that won't be anything that's a standout detail. Now with teams around here, obviously it's a huge difference maker. Yeah,
and now let me ask you this, because I'm not quite sure. I know you've had a special group of girls the last few years, and this is your 4th year. So it seems to me you have 4 seniors on the team. It would seem that it would be a very special and kind of a bittersweet feeling, because this is the first group that you've been the head coach of at the varsity level that you've kind of brought all the way through the program. Talk about that.
I'm trying not to get emotional about it, but seriously, the last 4 years have been very emotional for me, because with my first group as the head coach of varsity, that was also my first group that I saw the whole way through on JV also. Yeah. So, but this group of girls, Chaselyn Allen and Kira and Taylor Hill, and then we had a move-in, Brandy Pitts, who has jumped right in and is part of our family immediately, fit right in with us, a great addition to our team, are extremely special to me. They work hard every day. They're good leaders, good role models, and all the other girls really can look up to them.
Now, maybe not the start that you particularly wanted this year, but you're still a respectable 6-4 right now. You got a ways to go before you start. Well, maybe not too far away from region play. It's getting closer. But what is it that you see out of your girls so far in the first 10 matches that you'd like to see them kind of work on before region matches start up?
The inconsistency is huge right now. We can come out and play like our pants are on fire and do everything right. Everybody's firing on all cylinders. Everybody's fulfilling their individual roles. And I don't think there's a team around here that can compete with us. But we can't do that every set, it seems like, in every match. So that's a huge issue that we're working to overcome. Unforced errors is another huge issue for us. And if we can ever get that figured out, and it's more of a mental thing, get fixed in between our ears first, we have the ability and the talent.
Now, 2012 it was the last time this program went to the state tournament, and you took them there a couple years ago. Seems like just yesterday, and again last year you just barely missed out. I know that's got to be the goal set for the girls this year.
They want it so badly. That group last year wanted it extremely badly. And some of these girls, seeing how close we got, they want it even more now. It's going to be a feat. It's going to be a challenge, and they've just got to be up for it. And, you know, it doesn't always necessarily matter what we do during the regular season, but how we perform come tournament time. And that year that we went to state, we actually started out with a very poor record at the beginning of the season, something like 0-5, 0-6. So, you know, you never know what can happen come tournament time.
And one more question for you, and then I'll let you go. But when you have a program that's been as successful as you've been, especially making that move up to Class 6A, like you mentioned, you just got better instead of kind of regressing. What kind of buzz and excitement does that cause for the middle school program and getting more girls involved in playing volleyball earlier?
You know, it comes in shifts. It comes in waves. One year we may have a lot, and then the next year we may not have very many. We've been pretty stable the past 4 years. Everything's been fairly consistent, but they come support us when they can. They are a part of a lot of the things that we do. We don't really consider them a separate team. They're part of this family also. They're our future team, and that's the way we look at it. So we try to prep them for their future.
Well, Lindsay, thank you so much again for your time on Blitz. Again, I always appreciate having you on here.
Anytime. Thank you.
We're looking forward to a big season out of you. And when we come back, we're going to have Lainey Gosnell here on Blitz.
No matter what the occasion or how big the achievement, everyone deserves an award. Look no further than Bob and Ted's Trophy in Clarksville. Trophies, medals, plaques, and more. It's what you need when you need it. Family owned and operated since 1974, Bob and Ted's has been rewarding the community for nearly 40 years, offering quality service at competitive pricing, all done with a speedy turnaround. Get what you need when you need it.